Most of the time when you watch a YouTube video about moving to a certain area, that YouTuber is trying to convince you why you should move to that area. And today I'm actually going to give you the down and honest truth about moving to Winchester, California. I want to tell you the 9 reasons that we have found that buyers have decided to move away from Winchester, California. They've bought here, they've lived here, and then they've chosen to actually leave the area. So I want to share that with you, help you make the right decision before you make the move here. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley. From new construction tours to neighborhood spotlights to new things coming here to the Valley. I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like living here before you make the move. Let's get to it. Okay, like I said, I am here to share with you the 9 reasons that we have found many of our clients that have bought here in the area or have lived here for some time have decided that they want to pick up and leave Winchester, California and move somewhere different entirely. So let's get to those 9 reasons right now. Reason number 1 is that it's still developing. Winchester has gone from nothing to something almost overnight. And so there are a ton of new communities. You hear us talk about that all the time here on the channel. There's a ton of new communities that are popping up everywhere. But you have to be aware of the fact that it's still being developed. The shopping centers aren't there yet. The roads aren't there yet. There is so much construction happening. You may have a brand new community being built, and then there's just open fields everywhere that are still going to be developed. And so for some, rather than feeling like a nice community to settle down and plant some roots, it really feels like they're living in the middle of a construction zone. And some have gotten tired of that and decided to call it quits. Reason number 2 is limited local amenities. Because it's being developed currently, they just aren't here. Like I said that. There is no Costco, there is no Lowe's, there is no Home Depot, there is no Best Buy, there is none of the major stores that you would be looking for currently inside of Winchester. Now, those are slated to be here eventually, and honestly, it's really not that far of a drive if you do need to get to any of those stores. You're probably just heading into Murrieta, Temecula, or Menifee to accomplish that, but it is something that you're not going to be able to drive directly out of your neighborhood, go 5 minutes down the road, and end up with one of those stores. You're going to have to venture out maybe 10-15 minutes to get to any of those major type stores. The great news is you are about 15-20 minutes away from the Temecula Mall, so you do have quick access to that, or quicker access, not immediately outside of your neighborhood. But again, it's not going to be a quick jot out of your neighborhood to get to some of those local stores. Reason number 3 is commute struggles. So Winchester is super affordable right now because it's being developed, and a lot of people are buying there and choosing for some time to commute to San Diego or LA or Orange County for work. But Winchester actually does not have any major freeways that run through the city, which means you actually have to take some side roads to get there. And you're going to actually have to drive through Menifee or through Murrieta or through Temecula to even get yourself to the freeway. So that's something certainly to keep in mind. It's definitely going to add to your commute an additional maybe 15 minutes or so just to get to the freeway from Winchester. And to be honest, traffic during some of those rush hour times before you even get to the freeway can be a lot. You've got Winchester Road, which runs all the way through Winchester. That's one of your main accesses in and out, as well as Dominigoni Parkway. That can get pretty heavily congested as well. So it's something to be aware of. Some people have moved here because of the prices, but then decided the commute is not worth it. Reason number 4 is it gets hot here in Winchester, California. So we can definitely see temperatures up into the triple digits during summer, and sometimes touching as high as 105, 106. Although the average summer temperature for Winchester is right at 95 degrees during the summer, you will have some stretches that it gets up over 100 degrees and gets pretty warm. And so that is definitely a reason that people choose to leave, is they feel like they're close to the coast, and so it should be cooler than it actually is here. So make sure that before you make a move here, you're taking into account the weather, that you can handle at least a couple weeks of 100+ degrees and an average temperature of right at 95. Another reason would be limited nightlife and culture. If you are looking for a place that has a ton to do, concerts and sporting events and fancy restaurants and breweries and all of that. You're not going to get that in Winchester. Winchester is basically your main definition of a bedroom community. It's houses and houses and houses and some open land, like I said earlier, and then houses. There's just nothing to do inside of Winchester. If you want to go bowling or go to the movies or, again, have a really nice dinner, that's not going to happen inside of Winchester. You're going to have to travel outside of Winchester to get to any of those things. And so some people leave Winchester simply because of boredom. Next up would be lack of job opportunities. Now, this is one that I touch on with all of the Temecula Valley, and that's simply because this is a commuter town. This is a commuter area. We are centrally located kind of right in between Orange County, San Diego, LA, and basically if you're going to be holding a high-paying job, you're probably commuting to one of those areas. And so if you're looking for a place that you don't have to commute and you can work locally and make a really great income, those opportunities in Winchester are going to be very, very limited. Unless you're in some sort of healthcare, education, law enforcement, or fire, outside of that, you're probably just working in some sort of retail shop or maybe like a warehouse here inside of Winchester. So if you're looking for some of those higher paying jobs, you're going to be commuting and you're not going to have that right inside of Winchester. Reason number 7 is rising home costs and prices. So the overall cost of living has increased here in the last several years, as it has everywhere in the country. But Winchester is the affordable pocket of the Temecula Valley. But for some that have come here due to affordability, they're still feeling the squeeze as far as things go. So home prices have increased dramatically over the last few years. Property taxes, as I always say here on the channel, are a huge factor and something that you need to weigh out when it comes to moving to Winchester. So higher property taxes on higher home prices just overall means a higher monthly payment for you. On top of that, you've got HOAs and the cost of fuel and food, and all of that is going up. And keep in mind, like I've said a few times, you're going to be a commuter probably, so that gas cost does really impact you. So the cost of living and home prices have been increasing. Some people have finally tapped out and just gotten out of the state altogether. Reason number 8 is fire insurance. So this is your homeowner's insurance. You've probably seen articles if you've done any sort of research about living here in Winchester, but homeowner's insurance has been an issue over the last several years. Many people have seen policy cancellations and seen their policies, if they do keep them, increase dramatically in their annual expense. And so you have to keep an eye on that homeowner's insurance. Now, most properties here in the area have no issue. You're not going to get the cancellation, and some have seen the increases, but not quite as dramatic as others. But some people have seen their bills double, and they decided to leave the area before it gets much worse. So that is a factor to consider, and definitely before buying a home here in Winchester, we want to make sure that we run those numbers for you through a local insurance broker so you know exactly what you're getting into. And last but not least, people leave here because they're just chasing different priorities. They may have moved here for the larger backyard and the affordability and just realized the things that actually are more important to them. It may be being closer to the family, or sometimes it's politics, or sometimes they're just looking for a change of pace and a change of life, and so they get out of the area altogether. So not always bad things and bad reasons why people leave Winchester, but certainly people are chasing different priorities, get out here and realize, hey, maybe what I thought I needed as far as a larger house and more affordability isn't truly what I wanted in my heart, and so they give us a call and they end up selling their home and relocating to a different area. So that's it for the top 9 reasons that people have chosen to leave Winchester, California. These are real life stories from clients that have called us to sell their homes. Some have been here for many, many years, and some relocated here fairly recently and decided it just wasn't for them. But I wanted to give you the fair and honest truth about some of those reasons before you make the move out here. So I hope you found today's content super helpful. And if you have any questions about moving to Winchester, California, or moving to the Temecula Valley in general, please feel free to reach out to myself and my team. We would love to help you with that process, or at least just get the conversation started and answer some questions. You can give us a call, you can shoot a text, You can send an email, or you can even schedule a one-on-one Zoom consultation with a member of my team. You'll just click down into the description below. There's a link there that takes you directly to our calendar. It'll get you onto a one-on-one Zoom call with us. We'll talk about whether this is the right area for you, whether you're looking to move in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It doesn't matter. It's not too early to start that conversation and see if this might be the right fit for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.